Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to a Wizard's Lizard. I've never played this before, and the first episode's going to be a bit of an impressions thing, but essentially, it's a roguelike, kinda like Binding of Isaac, I think. Looks like there are unlockable characters, kind of like Isaac. Let's pick random. If that's going to do anything. Anyway, Wizard's Tower. So it looks like it's going to be dual stick, I'm not entirely sure how we're going to... I don't know how to attack... Uh-oh. Okay, so by pressing B, I go into sprint mode. Apparently. Not sure what that does. Well, let's get out of here. So, press A to interact with the wizard. Can I kill the wizard? Oh, magic potion, protect us from death. There we go. Potion's presumably done. Bahahaha, we've done it. With this magic potion, we've mastered death. And that's when everything bad happens. So you dare claim over my domain. Death, you no longer have any power over us. Silence. Death is far from the worst thing that can happen to you, mortal. Come to my crypt and I'll show you my meaning. I like the art thus far. That's pretty cool. Well, what happens if I walk in this? The answer is I don't lose health. That was a bit of a concern. Do we have anything else? No. Well, onwards. Okay, attack with the right analog stick. I guess we presumably have to get this stuff. X to press Totem, Y to use Soul Blast. So let's pick them all up. Okay. Oh, okay, so it's like Isaac, where you throw swords, apparently. And there's a random black dude. Hello, black dude. Raga, hello, little one. What happened to your master, the wizard? Oh no, wait, you want to save him? Well, alright. He'll be a death script. It's dangerous to... Oh, just take my stuff. Too late, sucker. I already took your stuff. I don't know if breaking barrels is specifically useful. Apparently I can break, like, almost everything, which is pretty awesome. Don't want to accidentally use my Soul Blast, though, because it looks like we have a limited number of abilities on that one. Don't know if we only have one totem or multiple. And museum lobby. Hello, dude. Death has cast a curse on us. The museum's precious artifacts are now lost in the constantly changing dungeon mazes. Check back here to see your accomplishments. You want to save the wizard? Head south and talk to the townspeople. This is far more involved than I thought it would be. Sweet, just got gold. What can I do? Several of the townsfolk went into the cemetery to rescue the wizard. I fear they might not come back. Please go after them. To start your journey, head east in the cemetery. Be careful, Raja. Or Raga. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, looks like there are also barrels of stuff. I probably should see if I can attack the villagers, but I think that would be like an awful thing. Maybe it just goes straight through them. Not surprisingly. Apparently I can go straight through them too. I guess it makes sense. And we got a thing. Oh, it's like a ball or something. Not entirely sure. Well, I'm just gonna kick it around a little bit. Nothing. Wait. Well is filled with fresh water. Come, wash your face. You call me dirty? Just call me dirty. And I assume this is a shop with marketplace that we do not have nearly enough money for. Not surprisingly. I do have to say, I am really digging the art style. Like, it's very vector-y, which is exactly the kind of thing that I really like. I like vector art. Now, it looks like I can fire the sword in not every angle, but I can fire it in most angles. I don't even know why I'm destroying everything. I'm just kind of looking around and appreciating. Apparently the hitboxes on some of the stuff is a little weird. Anyway, let's see. I don't need a compass to know which direction's east. Let's just go off and defeat death. Man, this is really adorable. Money! Like my money. Doesn't look like I can get out of here unless I clear it or something, or maybe gold is persistent and can be used from level to level. Not actually sure, but considering we could buy stuff in the town, it seems like maybe that'd be the case. Anyway, we now have stuff to worry about, aka a ghost. Apparently can't attack the ghost. Can I open the chest? The answer is I've got a book of Totemic Mastery. Oh, looks like that pile of rocks does nothing but spawn zombies every time I walk over it. Interesting. Does not look like there's a leveling mechanic, though. Explosive barrels. Pretty basic. And bat. Fresh kill. Bat. Spiderweb slow you down. Makes sense. And it doesn't look like these do anything, so onwards and upwards. Now, looks like we've got a shop with a creepy dude. 1,000 gold just for that. Well, we might actually just be able to buy ourselves some armor right off the bat. Let's see what he says. Sorry, I only give discounts to my best customers. Maybe someone in town can help you out. Well, what's the armor do? Shaman tunic. apparently expensive, but doesn't actually give me my stats anywhere, which is a bit concerning. Let's blow up the explosive barrel and keep going for money. I assume this is just going to be the lizard's quest to get more cash, and not much else. I like how the zombies explode into chunks. Actually, everything explodes into chunks, which makes me kind of sad. But it does seem like a lot of the enemies are a little bit more on the empty-minded side. I assume once we get to a boss fight, things will be a little bit more on the problematic side. Actually, speaking of problematic side, hello people. I'm just gonna hide over here and hope that I can finish off all the zombies. Luckily, unlike Isaac, I can shoot diagonally, which is actually super helpful. Let's see if I can hit this thing from here. Yeah! Gotta avoid the skulls, though. So there's that thing. Let's break this. I do kind of wish there was, like, a ranged attack and a melee attack, but it's not that big of a deal. Kill with that. Okay, so it also looks like you do have to clear the level of all of the, like, pre-generated enemies to... Oh, are we going on to the next floor? Inventory 1 complete. Can I go back? The answer is no. Well, things to remember in the future. Pay attention to the minimap in the top right. Let's see if we can find a shop somewhere around here. I wonder if there are, like, secret rooms or stuff like that. We also did not actually find a boss to fight. Interesting. Also have... Hello. What's this? Don't have enough money. At all. Well, let's talk to this person. They look creepy. Welcome. Buy a blueprint. You'll be able to purchase the new item in Amberfell. Okay, so there are blueprints that if I get enough money, I can purchase the blueprint, and I can purchase it, I presume, before starting my run? Maybe? It makes sense? The only question is, like, how does money work? And it looks like healing items. Well, we don't need that, considering we're pretty much full up on that. Unfortunately... oh, that fan is pushing me back. That makes sense. Bit concerning, honestly. I wonder if I can break it. The answer is no. Well, I'll just hide back here. I wish the fan would actually push the enemies away, but not the case. Anyway, I do have to be a little bit wary of the fan. Oh boy. Leave me alone, Mr. Owlman. I'm not going to tell you how many licks it takes to get to the... Wait, no, I'm not going to ask you how many licks it takes to get to the... Ow. Center of a Tootsie Pop. But, ow. Okay, so the webs are kind of mixed bag, good, bad. Let's see if I can take him out. Yep. Fortunately, it does not look like there's any alternate means of healing, so, we have to be largely careful in here. I think I'm going to... Well, that orc is looking mighty randy. Ah. Oh, there's a zombie that came out of the pile. Of course that would happen to me. Okay, so I think we're doing okay. We just have to worry about the owls, because the owls come, like, immediately after us. They're like spiders or something from Binding of Isaac. Yep, hello. Okay, we're down to 20 health, which is not so good. I think part of it is I don't actually recognize. Do these ghosts hurt me? No. So I don't have to worry about them in the future. It's very good to know. Okay, so, considering we're injured, let's go back to the shop. Check out things. Don't get immediately... well, that happened. Don't get immediately pushed out of the room. Don't get pushed in the spikes either. That would be kind of hilarious. And... I can buy bread, but I'm going to just buy an apple. That really does not heal much. I was really hoping that would be a little bit more significant than that. Okay, so there's a random bouncy skull thing, apparently. Maybe it's for completing the level, and then coming back through it, which... not the kind of dissuasion that I was hoping for. Okay, I'm going to use a totem in a second, I think. Because this is the last room that we're going to have to deal with anyway. Please don't hit me while I'm scratching my nose. Thank you very much. Oh, shit. Summoned a zombie. Apparently you can, farm zombies. I guess that's good to know. Luckily, the, skull things that come out of the stuff. I guess I'm not going to use a totem. I don't think I need it after all. Because all we have to deal with are, like, owls and stuff. Hey, we get another soul orb. Which... Meat! Raw meat. Oh, shoot. I guess you're supposed to cook meat somehow. Are we poisoned? Guess not. Okay. So we still have a little bit left on this floor, so I'm not exactly inclined to leave immediately. Ow! Ow. Well, that's something to remember. There are mimics in this game. That's concerning. First kill, mimic. Thank you. You awful, awful creature. Okay. At least they don't insta-gib you like in, you know, Dark Souls, because that'd be super unfortunate. Let's go up. I think we've got at least one room that we haven't visited, if not more. I'd very much like to, get enough cash to get that. I don't know how to... What's this thing do? Guess it's a switch. What's this? No idea how to open these up. So I guess let's go in here. And it's a pentagram. What happens if you pentagram? What happens if you walk into that thing? The answer is nothing. What happens if you take out all of the lights in the pentagram room? Well, you get a little bit of money. I was hoping I'd get more money and then we could, Okay, so the answer is, what happens if I totem? Oh, interesting. So the totem is on a cooldown, and it just does like an AoE effect. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we can use the pentagram for whatever reason. I mean, maybe there's a way to do it, but I do not know how. Anyway, we don't have enough money for the blueprint, which makes me sad. So I guess let's get the heck out of Dodge and go on to the next level. Unfortunately, I'm feeling, I wouldn't say anemic so much as just a little weak. So let's get us some bread, get back up to... Wow, that was stupid. I was gonna say, yeah, let's get some bread and get out of here. Turns out, getting bread and then immediately breaking the barrel that contained a zombie, bad idea. Oh well, we'll be okay, I think. Maybe I could farm zombies for money, but I think that would be a terrible idea. I wonder how many levels there are. I'm surprised there aren't bosses, actually. It feels like each level should have a boss after it, but I guess maybe you're just supposed to clear levels very quickly, especially if you've bought like an item in between. I wonder if you get to carry over money between runs. This seems like a great time for a totem. Right there. Protect my ass. There we go. Okay, so I guess totem might not have been highly necessary. Apparently I can shoot over the holes. That's kind of good-bad. Oh, okay, they're holes, not walls. I guess that's part of the confusion. Anyway, let's go for these things. Web. Doesn't really look like there's much left in here, so keep adventuring. And hopefully we find another blueprint thing. And what do we get? Book of Totems. No idea what that does. What is a Book of Totemic Mastery? Book of Totems. Honestly, not actually sure. Okay, inventory. Book of Totems increases totem radius, increases totem duration, totem effect, decreases cooldown, equipped to book pouch. Totem duration, equipped to chest, increases speed. Neat. Continue, not quit. What does Book of Totemic Mastery do? Okay, so it's pretty much the same thing, but since it has, you know, 2 exclamation marks, I assume it's better. We'll just work off of this assumption, drop a totem right there to protect our butts. I mean, it's not doing the most amount of protection ever, but it's taking out the zombies for us, and... Oh, it's the web that's slowing them down. Well, okay, works for me. I was hoping it would take out the werewolf, considering he's the, like, actual concerning man. Okay, first kill on a werewolf. Beautiful. Ow. We're almost dead. This is very bad, but totally within expectation. Still was hoping I could get, you know... I was hoping I could get the... Oh, what if I hit the... Nope, explosive barrels do not have the range that we need. I was really hoping it would blow up the owl without us having to do any work whatsoever. Answer, not actually the case. Now, let's see. Those skulls don't have enough range, but there is that one mystical floating skull that I do need to be a little bit wary on. Okay. Let's leave a totem. And I guess it did not kill the werewolf for us. The werewolf just immediately booked it out of there. Well, kind of disappointing. At least you can kind of call where the werewolf's going to be going, but at the same time, a bit concerning. Hopefully we find some food somewhere along the way, because we are very hungry. Okay, so apparently that mystical floating skull does not injure me. Good to know. Okay, don't walk over any graves, because we don't need any zombies. I mean, maybe I could farm them for stuff, but... seems unlikely. And let's go from here. So already, I'm kind of noticing that this game is similar to Binding of Isaac, but different. It doesn't have the same level of, like, drops, I think. Oh boy. We've got a lot of guys throwing things at us, and the moment we get hit by any of them, we're going to die horribly. Apparently we also, zombie grave runner. Or robber. Ooh, hello. He almost hit me with one of his things. That would have been very unfortunate. Anyway, managed to make it out of there alive. Somehow. Still would very much like to get my hands on food. Or a blueprint. Ah, that's a bomb. So, yeah, it doesn't have the exact same, like, item setup that Binding of Isaac does, because Binding of Isaac, it's pretty obvious what everything does. In this one, it doesn't tell you, jack diddly doodah at all. Which is kind of good, kind of bad, because on one hand, Totem. On the other hand, stay away from the owl, because the owl's going to murder you first and foremost. The zombies ain't so bad, because they're slow. And there we go. And I guess, oh god, it's nothing but owls. Ah, well, there we go. Apparently hitting one owl, what the? What? Not entirely sure what's going on in this situation. Apparently everything is now bright and shiny, and there's a golden skull thing that was floating around, and now we are some kind of angel lizard, which is very confusing, but breachable, considering I didn't want to die so early in this run. Ish. I don't even know how long runs go. I don't know if I'll have to split them up into bits or whatnot. I'm very glad I didn't actually end up watching Northern Line. Oh, let's use our soul stuff, use a totem, and then just immediately run, because everything's trying to kill us. Seriously, not entirely sure what the meta strategy is in these situations. Okay, so Soul Orb, pretty useless in these situations. It's very short range. Was hoping it would be like long range seeker missile type deal. Anyway, we've got owls that we're gonna have to contend with. We've got looks to be infinite skeletons. That's a wee bit unfortunate. Oh, and there's a werewolf. Of course there's a werewolf. Leave the totem and run. Let's hit the... Not entirely sure what the plan is here. Because we've got werewolves, which are scary. What if I did that? The answer is nothing. Soul Orb. Not so, adept at using it. Okay, we've taken out... Oh, the skeletons come when I kill an enemy. I think. And, ow. Forgot about the ring that charges me. Bit concerning, honestly. Anyway, there's meat, which is great. But there's also one more werewolf. There we go. And werewolf is dead. Doors are open. Let's free this guy. Thank you for saving me. I'll contribute 500 gold to support your town. Too bad. Don't need it that much. At least we're at 30 health, which is great. Kinda. Apparently you could have killed him. Not entirely sure what killing him does. Anyway, looks like there's a skeleton waiting here for me. I guess skeletons don't count as basic enemies or something, or maybe he just came back. I don't actually know. Anyway, I really wish there was an easier way of pulling up the map, honestly. Hello, what do we got? We got buy items, which is useful enough. Make sure no enemies pop up when I break these things. Yep, discounts. So there's an abacus and there's a totem that could be useful, I'm not sure. And then there's another glove. Is that glove the same as the glove that we're currently wearing? The answer is probably. I wish there is... Oh, hey, apparently you can do that. So, I'm just going to hold on to my gold. I don't know if this is one of those games where holding on to the gold is beneficial or not. But, apparently, that actually worked out very well for us. Ow. That hurt more than a little. Killed angry owl 10 times. Seriously, though, these owls are absolute jerks. Okay, there we go. And we just have one more enemy to take out eventually. Luckily, they're, the flying skulls from that guy do not move very far. Fans, kind of jerks, though. Oh, boy. I'm just gonna... What do we get? Dungeon Compass. That's useful. So now we know where a boss is. We just have to not get hit by all of these freaking owls. So what I'm gonna do is more or less just piss them all off constantly. Ow. Well, there we actually died. I was really hoping I could get to the boss, but does not look like the case. Anyway, game over. Time, 12:54, damage taken 150, treasure, lots of treasure. Townsfolk rescued, no blueprints. Doesn't look anything particularly useful, so let's see what happens when we start again. Raga. Do we get to carry our gold over? The answer is no, but we do get a chest there, which is convenient. I want to play a game. Sure? Okay. It's the shop again, but I can't afford anything because I'm too poor. Unless I have to talk to one of these people and they'll give me money, maybe. 3 out of the 66 blueprints. Soul Flower, yeah. So these essentially are just tutorial people. That's unfortunate. Apparently, there's a way to go somewhere over here. But yeah, gold does not transfer over. Not surprisingly. What do you have? Shortcut leads to the sewer, but we need to get to the sewer, presumably. Leads to the crypt. Blocked by crystals. What's in here? Tavern. Okay. Okay, so, apparently, we're gonna have to figure out how to get more gold generation early on, because there's no way to get more gold, therefore we can't buy any good starting items, which, I mean, not terribly surprisingly, honestly. What happens when we go to the other stuff? Do these just show things that we can't use? Interesting. Anyway, this has been Wanderbot trying out Wizard's Lizard. It's different, it's interesting, and I think I'm gonna go back to playing some more of it. Because it's kind of fun. It's like Binding of Isaac, but not Binding of Isaac, and honestly I don't understand enough of it to actually really go into detail, but that's okay. Because, well, I'll be doing another one of these runs, maybe not tomorrow, but soon.